Kev, after the opening day win against Oldham, we look to back that up this weekend away at Dagenham and Redbridge.
Yeah, listen, we're obviously pleased with the result and the performance last week, but that was put to bed pretty quick. And as you say, we've got to focus on the game ahead, and what is always a tough one. We know that, and they got a decent point away from home, and scoring late always boosts confidence as well. So yeah, I think it'd be a very tough one.
Yeah, in terms of that win last Saturday, in terms of the confidence that will give, maybe the players wouldn't have been sort of expecting that themselves. So certainly they would have taken a lot from that, as well as you as a management team.
Yeah, listen, I think any time you win a football match, it breeds confidence. So listen, nothing's changed in terms of how we go about things and how we go about prepping for games and stuff. So you ain't going to get carried away with one game at the start of the season, because it always throws up one or two results anyway. So it's just following up the level of performance if we can, and just seeing where that takes us.
Certainly have to be at the levels for a local rivalry, a local derby against Dagenham, and their sort of first home game as well. So both sets of supporters will be right up for it, won't they?
Yeah, of course. We always take great numbers there, and it makes for a good atmosphere. So listen, it's one that I think both teams are desperate for a win, and as you say, local derby, it sets up nicely. But we've got to focus on what we've got to do on the pitch, and without that, nothing else matters.
And how much attention will you be paying to a Dagenham team that I know at the back end of last season we beat them under their new management, where they've had that summer to strengthen? Of course, a completely different team that they've got now. So it'll be a completely different game, won't it? Yeah,
of course. And I think Strevs has come in, someone we know well, and he's made a lot of changes, and there'll be a big threat, and he'll get them going. They'll be at it, we know that, and a lot of good signings they've made throughout the summer. So listen, a tough game, we know that, no matter what, and very different from the light towards the end of the season. So listen, we've got to perform and see where it takes us. There's a lot of things early in the season need settling down, with the rules and stuff like that are going to affect games. So it always takes a little while for the league to settle down a bit. So at the moment, it's trying to pick up as many points as you can.
Yeah, in terms of those rule changes where games are lasting a lot longer now than it's not just 90 minutes, it's 100 minutes, where you've got such a small squad, that's going to obviously play a little bit of a part, isn't it, and maybe hamper things.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of things going against us at the minute and where we're at, and we haven't prepared as well as we want in pre-season, but we try and take away the excuses. And I think once we settle into the games, that new rules, they always tend to be highlighted more so, and I think it will settle down after a while, and you won't hopefully get the extremes of added time and stuff like that we've seen in the opening weekend, and there's a spate of bookings and stuff like that. So it always settles down a bit, and I think that will be the case.
And do you feel like it is still a little bit like a pre-season for your side at this moment in time? Is it going to be that for a little while? Yeah,
I think so. It's because of the lack of games we had in pre-season, it's almost an extension of that, and we know there's going to be bumps along the road and what we're doing, and we had a high last week, and we've just got to follow that up as much as we can. But we know where we're at. Teams are ahead of us in all their prep and that, so I'm sure teams will try and take advantage of that. It's up to us to counter it.
And where it is a small squad, you're going to be using everyone that you've got at your disposal. Somebody like Ollie Coker, who got some minutes last week and certainly introduced himself with that goal. But we saw his quality just in his performance as well, didn't we?
Yeah, listen, we've know about Ollie, but he's just starting his career, so I don't want to put any pressure on him. But we think he's a good footballer, and he's going to contribute this season, like one or two others as well. And sometimes opportunities come about when they're least expected. It's up to them to take them, and Ollie done that last week. But it's about doing it consistently, and that's for everyone.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying, it's an exciting game to look forward to, fans and players. But is it one you're looking forward to as well? Yeah,
of course. Local, and there's good people at both clubs who we know quite well as well. And so come Saturday, it goes out the window, of course. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's another game, and we want to follow up, as I said, what we've done last week. But have to be ready and put performance in, and hopefully the result will take care of itself. But tough game to go into.
Thank you.
Kevin, you picked up Manager of the Week after the win over Oldham. Is it nice for the group as a whole to kind of get some external recognition for the performance?
Yeah, I think that's credit to the players, to be fair, because once you get out on the pitch, there's not a lot I can do, and for the staff as well, who get the players prepared as well as we can. And what the pleasing thing was, that they carry out the instructions as well as possible. But I think it's the mentality they went out with last week to play at the right tempo and intensity that we like. So recognition's nice, but we put it to bed and that's gone now.
And we've touched on Ollie Coker, also Dan Mooney coming off the bench and making an impact. So you must be pleased that you have got you've got some options in terms of going forward. Yeah,
listen, we know we are short of numbers. 1 or 2 areas that we're okay in. And Moon's obviously getting his goal, launching it back. It's a tremendous finish and something we know he's got. But he had a stop-start pre-season in terms of picking up a niggle and that. So he's building up as we go as well. So pleased with Dan, and he showed what he's capable of last week.
And a sell-out away end for the Dagenham match on this Saturday. A derby this early in the season, is some people are still on holiday, so you sometimes expect smaller crowds, but that's certainly not going to be the case. It's going to be a really one to get stuck into, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. Listen, as you say, we'll bring over 1,200, I think. So we know the atmosphere will be good, but listen, at the end of the day, it's 3 points. That's not going to change the second game or second last game of the season. So just focusing on that and focusing on the game.